What up, world? I'm Steve, founder and CEO of Crypto Crew University. This is where we keep crypto simple. Today, another exciting video to get to. The charts are saying Bitcoin is heading to $9,748. You do not want to miss this. If you're new here, join the movement. Hit that subscribe button right now. But first, we need to get to the incredibly exciting news. First of all, we have a lot to celebrate. Second of all, my students and a lot of you were lined up yesterday for the launch of the pre-sale. It is live, guys. The pre-sale is live. Save $150 on this pre-sale, limited time only. Stop the video right now. Make sure you sign up and lock in that savings. Link will be the first link in the description. How to trade like a pro. This is going to be such a powerful series, brand new series. But if this is the first series you sign up to, highly recommend you get a solid foundation first. The intermediate and paired with the advanced, top selling item on the website, you definitely want to start there. That's the series, the combo series that all my students rave about. So you want to start there, but definitely lock in the savings for this one. I cannot wait, guys, for this series, but pay attention. This is a pre-sale, so obviously classes are not finished yet. That's why we have a pre-sale. So highly recommend you take advantage of this, limited time only. Let's jump into the video. We have so much to get to. Look up above. We have a lot to get to, but exciting times, guys. Bitcoin is now at 7,361, and we need to start where we've been leaving off on these past few videos. We have correctly predicted each and every move the last few weeks here, starting with 3 weeks ago. Back when Bitcoin was under 6,000, everybody was saying Bitcoin is going lower. We said no, based on the charts, we're about to have a big change in trend and we're about to go on a rally. This was 3 weeks ago. Not only did we predict the rally correctly, we said that the pullback, we would be experiencing a pullback at exactly $6,800. And we correctly predicted that. We saw the pullback, and when we had the pullback, we did more videos and said, guys, the pullback is over. It's time to go back up. In fact, in the last video, back when we were about 6,600, we said we're finally going to break that 6.8K in the next few days. Here we are a few days later, and we broke it. So now, what are we predicting? These are the videos. Back in June 26, Bitcoin to 10K, fascinating proof. And then the video we did after that was Bitcoin to 10K, critical signals emerge. So this is several weeks ago that we made these predictions, and the key is, what are we saying is going to happen next? All right, and also just to throw out something obvious, we live in reality here on this channel. We don't always say Bitcoin is going to 50,000, 60,000. We don't say Bitcoin is crashing. We don't take paid advertisements. We live in the real world. So sometimes we're going to be wrong and we're going to be right. And either way, we're learning. And that's what this channel is all about. So I just want to say that as well. So let's jump into what exactly are we expecting. We do have some bumps in the road ahead, some really critical levels that we have to pay attention to. We're going to be running through what those are so that you can be well aware of what to expect, because we're not going straight to 10K. It's impossible. We're going to have a pullback in between. We need to know when that is. We need to be prepared for it. So we're showing a lot of strength, right? We have reason to celebrate. We've got this trend line. We bounced off of it in a substantial way. We broke the 50-day moving average. That was a critical sign. We also breached this critical level in the daily RSI, right? We're on the daily chart here in Bitcoin. This is Coinigy. To all of my students, you guys have free access to Coinigy. Look at this chart, BTC USD copy, and learn at home while you're watching this video to really enhance that knowledge. So we broke this critical level here in the daily RSI. Another great sign, but This we need to pay attention to. We're going to jump into that in a moment. We also broke the 20 level down here, and we had a cross in our stochastic RSI on our way up. Our momentum is heading up, and we definitely have momentum carrying us even higher. Expect to see Bitcoin at higher levels. One of the things I want to point out as a point of concern is the daily RSI, right? Right now we're at 66. We need to start getting a little bit concerned with this level. The reason is simple. If we zoom out here to the past 6 months, all right, 6 months of data in front of us, the highest we ever got was, it says here 69, but it was about 72. We got to about 72 here a few months ago, all right? So in the past 6 months, we haven't broken that level. We're going to see pretty strong resistance here, or at least we should, at about 70 on the daily RSI. So pay attention to that level. Obviously, we have our uptrend. We've pulled ourselves a little bit from that, but we need to pay attention to that level, all right? So everything is looking good in terms of this rally that we have. We have to pay attention to that daily RSI. Let's take a look at the Fibonacci that we talked about in the past few videos. What is that looking like now, and what do we expect coming up? So in the last video, in the past few, we talked about how this consolidation period was incredibly healthy for Bitcoin. In fact, we need that. After a big downturn, we have to have that in markets to see that next leg up. We can't go directly from having a big downturn to having a nice rally. It's not how it works. So this was must needed. This was about a month of consolidation after about 60 days of a downturn. And we said in previous videos that we were going to break this 6.8K. And we said in the last video, the first major level to watch in that big picture was this 7,300 and change, almost 7,400. We talked about it being extreme resistance, and it's not by coincidence that we've been met with resistance at this exact level for about the past 5 hours. All right, this is not a coincidence. We expected this. All right, so what do we expect next? We talked about it in the last video. It's this level right here, 7,800 and change. That's the level to really watch. All right, we're going to be met with resistance again at this level, and we're going to need to pay attention to two things at this level, and that's going back here, the daily RSI and the stochastics. By the time we get up to that 7,800, pay attention to those two things. Those are going to tell us if we need to have a healthy pullback, or are we going to have enough momentum to carry us through that level. So that's what to watch for. The numbers to watch, obviously we talked about it. The RSI, if we're right around 70, 71, 72, which it's highly probable we will be, we're going to be in a little bit of danger zone. We're going to need to pay attention to the stochastics. Have we topped out with the stochastics, or do we still have room to go up when we reach those levels? That's what we need to be paying attention to. But in the bigger picture, how can Bitcoin reach 9,748? And how did we come up with that number? So again, this channel is all about learning. We don't pull numbers out of thin air and say Bitcoin is going to 60,000. We live in reality. So that 9,748, it came specifically from the chart. Let's break that down now. So we spent many videos talking about this comparison. And I do want to preface this by saying, keep in mind, guys, 90% of everybody in crypto will fail. It's just a fact. And it's not just crypto. It's stocks, bonds, ETFs, Forex. 90% of investors will fail. Only 10% will thrive. So a lot of people have a big misconception about comparing this chart to present day. And those people, unfortunately, are in the 90%. So I want you guys to keep thinking about the highly skilled investors will always compare price action. You have to. So this comparison, look, we have bottom 1 in 2014, bottom 2, bottom 3. In 2018, bottom 1, bottom 2, bottom 3. Furthermore, in 2014, our first bottom touched all the way down. The second bottom didn't quite. The third bottom breached through. Let's look at today. First bottom touched down, check mark. Second bottom didn't quite, check mark number 2. Third bottom breached through a little bit, check mark number 3. Also, to take it a step further, this pullback that we saw here, this correction in 2014 from top to bottom was exactly 70%. Same in 2018, exactly 70%, as well as each and every move almost to the T down to the percentage. So we need to keep in mind about this commonality. This is basically, it's just human psychology, human behavior with money. That's all it is, and this is a direct representation of that. So we broke this down in many videos, and we said, guys, we've had this extreme trend line for 6 months. We've had this extreme trend line, and we've held it. Each time we got to the trend line, we were rejected. We got to the trend line, we were rejected. And we said, we're going to break through because, simply put, that's what we did back in history. Simply put. And look what's happened, guys. We predicted it to the T. So, in a simple way, how do we get 9,748? Let me break it down in a simple way. Go to the second bottom. Go to the next high after the second bottom. What we did in 2014 was we went up exactly to that level. Okay, that was our resistance, and we were rejected from that resistance. So in 2018, if you go to the second bottom, you go to that next high, look at where it brings us. Brings us right where we've been talking about. And we're going to break it down on a 6-hour chart so you can see the candles pretty clearly. So here we're on a 6-hour chart. And again, to my students, you guys can see this at home right now. You have free access to Coinergy. Go to BTC USD copy, and you can see this chart and every chart that we cover on every video. So we have our uptrend here. This was our previous high, right? After that second bottom. If we zoom in here, again, almost everything that we cover on this channel is simply support and resistance. You can learn a lot of the fancy things in crypto, and we do teach it, but we stress the simplicity of it. We keep everything more simple than everybody else. That's why we've had so much success with our classes, all right? So simply put, you can see that we had this pretty strong resistance right at this level we're talking about, 9,748. And then we reached our highs, but we had a lot of resistance at that point. So if we repeat history, it's highly likely we're going to be met with extreme resistance right around this level. Nobody on the planet knows if this is going to happen, including me. Nobody knows. But we like to base everything on the charts. So that's what the charts are telling us, and that's what we're keeping in mind. Again, we made this prediction 3 weeks ago, and it's played out exactly how we anticipated. Each and every part of this move has played out exactly as we anticipated. So we'll keep our close eye on this level, all right? But we do have a lot of room to celebrate today. Another thing to watch for is this chart. Very important. I want to talk about the total market cap. So this is including Bitcoin, right? This is our chart of the total market cap, and there's 2 things I want to address. One, our support. Again, support and resistance. If you were to master one skill in crypto, it's support and resistance. If you were to master a second skill, remove emotion. Remember, emotion is the #1 killer of money. If you want to see your money grow, you have to get rid of emotion in crypto. And that's what we focus on with our classes as well. So we'll look at this 250 billion. Extreme support, right? Multiple times we've held support at 250. Extreme resistance, I mean extreme, is this 500 billion. It's highly unlikely we're going to get over this in this next move, or in the next few moves. It's going to be some time before you see crypto market cap over 500 billion. It's back in December, met with extreme resistance, then support again, then support again, then we broke it, and we haven't broken it since. We met with extreme resistance here, 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 and we're just starting this next move up. So we're not going to pass 500 billion. Again, we just keep it honest and simple here. So watch that number. Now, before we get into the next, we're going to get into some altcoins. Some people say Ethereum's not an altcoin, for each their own, but we're going to get into Ethereum and another altcoin. So before we do that, guys, you guys know I am so excited and just the overwhelming support. I had so many students and all of you guys lining up for this pre-sale yesterday. The pre-sale is still live, limited time only. Save $150 on this brand new class, How to Trade Like a Pro. You do not want to miss this. It'll be the first link in the description. But again, if you haven't signed up to the advanced and intermediate combo, highly recommend you start there. It's the top selling item by far. My students rave about that. That'll be linked in the below as well. You save 65 with that one. Now, let's get to Ethereum. Woo, I love me some Ethereum. As you guys know, I bought Ethereum first before Bitcoin, way back in the day. Now, what I want to reference about Ethereum is a few things. We're going to talk about the short term and in the big picture. But first, the market structure of Ethereum showing a lot of strength, more than Bitcoin. We made our bottom in Ethereum at a different point than Bitcoin, and we held market structure in a very strong way with Ethereum. We just recently broke through the daily RSI. Right now, RSI on Ethereum is less than Bitcoin. It's about 59, but we're showing strength here. You can see our trend in the stochastics holding a strong trend line with the stochastics, and we just had our cross with the stochastics here in the last 2 days, showing a lot of strength. One of the things we talked about at length with Ethereum is the most pivotal price point. In many videos, back when Ethereum was up around $600, and even in the ones that was around 500, we talked about how it's highly likely Ethereum will test the most pivotal price point again. It's highly likely we'll have a correction to 400. And we made many videos about that here at the Crypto Crew. And look where Ethereum touched down to a few weeks ago. This candle right here, if we zoom in, it is right at $401, about 400 even. We touched down to exactly the point that we had been calling for weeks prior to that. And we've had a nice bounce since then. We just broke our recent high. We're trying to break this next high of about 544. But Ethereum could go on a nice run, especially when Bitcoin is going on a run. Ethereum obviously met with some resistance right now at the 50-day. Just like Bitcoin was earlier today, met with resistance right at that 50-day moving average, and you saw a big push through. So look to see Ethereum repeat that move from Bitcoin. We'll have to see if we can have a strong push up over the 520-ish range with Ethereum. So that's what I'm looking for on Ethereum, showing a lot of strength. Now, we're going to get to a couple comments from you guys. If you want your coin, your favorite altcoin covered here, it's pretty simple. Just make sure you're subscribed, write a positive comment, and ask for your coin to be reviewed. It's pretty simple. So we're going to get to our first comment here from Justin. Justin says, Steve, you have an inspiring message every video you make. I love how involved you are with your students as well. Very soon, I'll be able to come and join Crypto Crew University. I'm really looking forward to the classes. Thanks again. You're an inspiration for others. And I just want to thank Justin for that, for noticing. This is my #1 priority in life. A part of the Crypto Crew, the reason why I built the Crypto Crew is to affect as many lives as I can through crypto. It's that simple. That's what our goal is. That's what gets me juiced up. That's what wakes me up in the morning, and affecting and changing as many lives as I can through crypto. So thank you, Justin. The next comment is from Steve. I had to pick somebody with the name Steve. Steve says, Great show today. And these are all comments from the last video. Great show today. I really appreciate you reviewing Bitcoin and altcoins and teaching us there are those 3 to 6 month cycles. I like how you're covering the numbers of crypto. You are highly educational. I used to watch a lot of different YouTubers. You focus a lot on the sound principles, and it's so helpful. Can you cover XLM? Can you cover Stellar? Yes, Steve, we got you covered. Let's look at Stellar right now. So we're on CoinMarketCap. We're going to look at the naked chart. Again, a lot of times you don't need a lot of indicators to really make sound decisions. You've got to learn how to look at a naked chart and really analyze what's happening. So we're on the 1-year chart here with Stellar. One of the things that jumps out to me is the market structure. Stellar has some pretty good market structure so far. You can see our market structure at about 20 cents. Stellar right now is at about 25 cents. So we made our market structure initially back in December. We held it at the end of December. We held it at pivotal points during March and April. We held it at pivotal points in July, June and July, and we also held it again towards the middle of July, and we saw a bounce off there. Strength, big strength. Look for 40 cents to be pretty strong resistance, all right? We can go to the log scale and see if we see anything different, but no, the linear scale is showing us more data, so you definitely want to take a look at both. You're looking at the same information just through a different lens. So the linear scale happens to be much more helpful for Stellar. So that's what I'm seeing with Stellar, showing a lot of strength. We've got room to the upside, and watch out for the 40-cent area to be a pretty big level of resistance, unfortunately. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Special thank you to everybody in the community. I can't say this enough. I'm not building this myself. Our channel is growing rapidly. Our community is growing rapidly. Our classes are growing even faster. I'm not building any of this myself. It's everybody is involved. We are one big community. Everybody that's coming in and liking right away and sharing and spreading it with your friends. And I can't thank you guys enough, really, from the bottom of my heart. And if you guys missed it, I don't know how you missed it, but the pre-sale is live. The pre-sale is live. Save $150, limited time only. Make sure you sign up to this. You do not want to miss this brand new class, fresh new content. But again, highly recommend you sign up to the top selling item on the entire website. It's the advanced paired with the intermediate. You don't want to miss that. It's the combo that all my students rave about. That'll give you that foundation for you to take this next class and have everything make sense in crypto. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you on the next video. We have a lot to celebrate in this rally, and we will keep celebrating. Peace and love to the crypto crew. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video.